Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Oluwasami, and I'm back here again with another video. So today's topic, culture. That's what today's going to be about. Culture. And no, we're not talking about Cardi B's daughter. We're talking about the so-called rules that are there to protect traditions. Now, before I begin the video, if you ask me, there are some cultures that are actually there to protect our heritage and our freedom as human beings, but there are some that are just not necessary, not needed, some that have become a way of life, but they're actually degrading us as a species. Example, this need for respect by almost everyone older than you are. I'm not saying you should go around disrespecting elders, but I had an experience with one woman recently that made me think about this respect of a thing that I'll come back to later in the video. But before I go to that, let's us jump into the few things that I've seen that needs to be changed. Number one, a man has the final say in your house or in a marriage. Okay, before anyone says, okay, men are more rational, that's why they are, best for decision making. That is BS to me, to be honest. You are in a marriage, a partnership. You do not make decisions for two people. You do not take it upon yourself to make that decision for them. You have to consult your partner. You have to allow her to understand, or him to understand the reason why the decision is being made. Give her examples, or him. Damn, this is hard. Give him or her examples. You cannot just take the decision upon yourself and impose it on the other person. It's not fair, and it's become kind of a natural thing that whenever a man wants to do something in the house, he just does it. No permission, no consultation, just does it. It's weird. We can do better than that. We are human beings. We should be able to have conversations with ourselves and give reasons for our actions. It even affects accountability, because if you think you are right in the end and you end up being wrong, how do you explain when you didn't even consult the partner in the first place? Number two, men should not be emotional. This bothers me to a very mind-blowing aspect, to be honest. Like, who started this? Was it the patriarchy? Was it women? But I do not understand. So I could lose someone that is very, very dear to me, but because I'm a man, I'm not supposed to cry or be sad or be moody because I'm a man. Why? People should not be advised to suppress their emotions. It is not very healthy for any gender. It is not healthy to suppress emotions. It affects the mental mind, it affects the brain. You can't say a man should not be emotional, that makes him a baby. It's very bad and weird. And the sad part is, most women do it to men, and then they will go around saying that men shouldn't be afraid to show their emotions. It shows they are more versatile and this and that. And then a man decides to show his emotions, and suddenly they stop talking to him. They start seeing him as a brother. They start seeing him as childish. Why? It doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. Everyone should be allowed to show their emotions regardless of gender. I don't even know who said gender had anything to do with it. And I'm going to repeat this one more time. Every single human being should be allowed to show their emotions. It's simple common sense. Please. Number three. This one is about the respect I'm talking about. I am not saying do not respect your elders, but make it people that see you as a human being, if you get what I'm saying. Do not just say, oh, this person is older than me, and then I automatically have to respect them. I had an encounter with a woman, like I said before. I entered a compound, was going to meet a friend, but she was in the compound with one other older woman and a young man. So I saw the guy, me and him made eye contact, and I bowed just a bit. You know, I'm Yoruba. Nigerians, we bow or prostrate to great people. But then I saw the young man. There wasn't much difference between his age and mine, so I just made a short bow, and he acknowledged it. But the two women were busy looking down at whatever they were doing. They didn't even notice me until I passed. Then they called me back and said, "Don't I know how to greet?" The woman was very, very weird. She asked for my name, my last name, my school, my department, and even my father's name. I answered all these things because, see, the place was close to my campus, so I had to be sure she was not a lecturer before I started flaring out and saying, "Excuse me, ma, why are you asking me all these questions?" But then, after that encounter, I was so annoyed because I don't even know this woman. I don't even know her, and yet she thought it was alright to call me back just so I could greet her when I have nothing to do with her. I was not there to meet her, I was not there to greet her, I was not there to even meet any of her relatives, just someone living in the compound. It's so outrageous when older people think they can just ask you for respect out of nowhere. You have to make sure someone that you are respecting acknowledges you as a human being. I have greeted elders so many times that they saw me but neglected it. Some of them will look at you as you greet and they will just shrug it off like you weren't talking to them. And then later, when you decide, okay, since you don't respond, I'm not going to respond, they will start saying you are disrespectful. It's weird. It's weird. People should really start respecting other people. We are treat each other as worthy of respect. Respect has nothing to do with age. It really doesn't. As an elder, you should respect someone that is younger than you. I'm not telling you to bow to them, but if they make a meaningful contribution in an argument, do not say they are too young just because they are. Do not say what they are saying doesn't make sense because they are young. Because you know it does deep down, but you don't want to admit it because you are older than them. It is a very backwards way of living. So please, if you are older, please try to respect people that are younger than you. And if you are also younger, like I said, make sure you do your part, but do not just go around saying, "Oh, I have to respect everyone." You don't. Let them treat you as someone worthy of respect. Let them treat you as a human being. You are not just a mannequin or a dog that people can just ignore. Let people acknowledge your presence. Do not just start throwing respect around. And the final one for today is very painful, to be honest, because it has to do with a lot more men than it does with women. Ladies, please stop using men for money. I'll plead again. Please stop using men for money, because I want you to imagine the emotional damage that the man will feel when he realizes he's being used. Because scientifically, we already have a lot on our plate. Men are the only living creatures that are not loved unconditionally. They are only loved on the basis that they can provide something, anything. But women, unconditionally. Even pets are loved unconditionally. But men have to be loved on the basis that they can provide money, which is the most common one in this our generation. It is not healthy. It's not nice. It's not a nice thing for you to use a man for money. If you do not have interest, tell him that you do not have interest. Do not stay in a relationship or in a situationship just because of the money. And then when the guy hits a low, you run away. You did it. It is really, really bad. If you're a man and you're doing that to a woman, you are also very shameful. But it's so just so common. It's become so normal that a girl will be like, if he doesn't have money, you can't be with him. Why? Are we here only for money? Do we have nothing else we can offer? It is really, really depressing to think about, especially since I am a man. There's so much pressure on men nowadays that they have to like get their life settled before the age of 20 or so, because it's like if they won't be loved, there'll be pressure on them by their own free parents, and even some other men will look down on you just because you don't have enough money as such. It's really depressing to think about, and I know you can't just flip a switch and change, but please, ladies, you have to stop using. Actually, please, people, stop using other people for money. It's bad. It's really bad. It damages them when they eventually find out that was the only reason you were with them for. It makes them question a lot of things. Everything you said to them, was it fake? Is that the only thing they can have to offer in this life? Is that the only meaning their life has? Please, let us do better as people. All these so-called cultures, they don't really have to. You don't have to succumb to them just because of that people are doing them. If you're a strong believer of that, you can love a man unconditionally, please do. If you're a strong believer of a woman can wear whatever she wants, please continue to do. Do not be like, oh, people are like, the woman shouldn't wear this. I don't really mind, but just because people are saying it, so they won't see me as different. Let me join the bandwagon. The bandwagon effect is something that is very destructive. It is the cause of a lot of things in the society today. That's why you see a lot of people they don't even know what they're talking about. They just follow the trend. But please, let us do better as human beings. And men, final advice: do not let anybody tell you how to feel. Do not let anybody tell you should suppress your emotions. It is not healthy, I repeat. Unless you want to end up like Thomas Shelby from the show Peaky Blinders. If you've seen the show, you saw how he ended his life, right? Yeah, that is the result of him being always calm, never showing emotions. It affects the brain. Thank you guys so much for staying to the end of the video. If you are still around, please do not forget to like my video, subscribe, please, and share my videos, so that other people can see them, and hopefully one day we can get this channel to about 1,000 subscribers. And I'll see you guys again soon, hopefully, and yeah, peace.